Tim, I suppose it's fair to say the last 3 games haven't gone to plan. Like, is there anything in particular that you'll be looking at, like, put that down to?
No, not really. I think the reaction from Friday's Friday's game to Monday was very good. I think if you look at the team of the week that was given this week, they had 2 defenders and their goalkeeper in it. I think if we'd have won the game 4 or 5-0 on Monday, I don't think there's a single person in the stadium that could argue with it.
Yeah, the keeper was inspired, wasn't he?
Yeah, he did very well.
Saves,
he made a good few saves, Keane, yeah. And again, probably we look at it, maybe finish a little bit better. But again, going back to Friday's defeat down at Longford was very disappointing. And again, you go through all your stats and your videos and what afterwards, and our expected goal in that game was higher than in both games that we won 3-0 recently. So yeah, and it was a lot higher than at Loans as well. So even though we didn't play well down at Loan, probably should have still got something out of the game.
Talked about finishing there, Tim. Like, is it a concern you haven't scored in the last 3 from open play? Is that a concern?
No.
No? You think you'll put away the chances eventually? Like,
yeah, but we've scored nearly 30 goals this season, so that's not an issue.
But just the last 3, like, is there any reason you think it's just good defending and goalkeeping from the opposition?
And probably a bit of finishing that could be better as well, but there's no issue. If we weren't creating any chances, I'd be worried, but we're creating loads. So
yeah, how much down to, like, obviously you're out Jade Uma and Cal, like, they're obviously lost as well in terms of attacking a threat. Right?
Yeah, they are. They've been very positive for us this season. Jaden took a knock to his knee in the Treaty game. Cahill obviously got him in training before that game, and they've been very good. But it was good to get Malik back. Minutes on the pitch against UCD. He was only on for maybe 15 minutes, and I thought he was excellent. And he'll give you that little bit of creativeness, I suppose, in the final third as well. And he can take players on, and again, he can chip in with goals as well. So obviously having the 2 young lads out is not ideal, and we hope we get them back as soon as possible. And Malik coming back as well will just give us more options there as well.
Yeah, you'll be anxious obviously to get back to winning ways on Friday at Longford. Bottom of the table, you beat them well in the last twice you played them, obviously, but they've only lost, I think, 1 in 5 or 6, so they've improved a bit. Yeah,
I think they're looking a lot more organised. They're probably look fitter as well, with team selection as well. That Wayne's picking, he's done a brilliant job since he got in there, and they are strong. They've been good in the last few games. Obviously, the 2-0 up down in Wexford later on, and conceded 2 late goals from long throw-ins into the box again from Wexford. So. They'll be disappointed they didn't get the win on Monday, but they'll be coming to our place with confidence, and it's one that we're going to try and get back to winning ways.
Yeah, and a number of home games come up as well, Tim, so obviously we'll be home to make the most of that advantage.
Yeah, again, we've not won, I don't think, at home since the return since we've been back, so that's obviously something we want to put right. So obviously Longford on Friday is another opportunity for us to bounce back. Having the game Monday after the disappointment of the last Friday down at Lone was good for us, and I thought the performance on Monday was brilliant against a decent UCD team, and I thought we dominated the game, and we had probably 7, 8, 9 really good goal scoring opportunities, and I think they had a corner that sort of hit the top of the crossbar, and I think they had a shot near the end where Greg gave the ball away in the middle of the pitch. He got caught in it, and I think that's really all they had in the game.
Yeah. Can I just ask you about Jacob Ryan? Obviously, he played in the Youth Academy here and played for City. It's great to get his first cap, wasn't it, last time for Ireland?
Yeah, it's
like the talent coming through.
Yeah, it shows the production line of players coming through, and he obviously done well here, and then he went to England and then went further afield then as well, and he's certainly making a name for himself and getting the first senior cap there. It's good for the club, it's good for him obviously himself, and you find that with a lot of League of Ireland clubs when players come through their academy or through their first team and get away, they always, the fans take pride in how they do in their career, and it's another good step for Jake, and I'd imagine there'll be a lot of interest in him now after his season with Leon, and now making a senior appearance as well, so that's brilliant.
And Dave Harrington got a call in as well. Like, does it show you the improvement in the league, or like, yourself years back, the League of Ireland player got a look in the squad, but a lot of them getting capped on.
Yeah, but I think Brexit has a major impact on that, and it'll even have more of an impact because lads can't leave Ireland now till they're 18, so they'll find themselves in League of Ireland first teams. And again, listen, I don't know how many times we have to say it. I think the infrastructure for the academies and for all the clubs has to improve. It needs the government funding, and I think that when we up that and get more full-time staff into every academy and whatnot, it'll have a bigger role to play. And I think the role for the League of Ireland in regards to the Irish national team will only get bigger and bigger as the years go on.
Just the last one for me, Tim. Would you have a view on John O'Shea getting the job full-time? Like, he's an Irishman, obviously number one, and what he's done in the game. Would you have a view on that? Would you like to see him being handed the gig?
I think he's done very well. He's gone in a difficult time where he stepped into two windows that there was sort of uncertainty around it. It looks like from the outside looking in, it looks like a little bit of a mess with the whole situation. How there was promises made or indications that things would be done early in April and whatnot, and I think John's gone about his business quietly enough. Results have been decent. Listen, the very first thing you look at is his career in regards to playing, and his international career as well. Like, so he's exceptional, one of our best ever players. So I think the manner in which he carries himself and the respect that he has within Irish football will certainly give him a foothold to go and be successful in that job. And again, you see how the second game goes in this window, and listen, if he gets another good result, why not give it to him?
Good luck Friday, sir.
Cheers, Alex.
Do you think we might see a day again where someone will go from the League of Ireland to managing the Republic of Ireland again?
I think again, you can never say. Like, we've never had it previously where someone's gone straight from the League of Ireland to a senior manager's job. I don't think so. I know Stephen went through the 21s route. I don't know. It's like, again, there's levels in football as well, and we have to be realistic to where we're at in regards to as the league in the general scheme of things. And I think we have to improve and keep making them improvements. I think that starts with infrastructure and professionalism and creating an industry here first. Listen, in 10, 15, 20 years time, it might be a completely different picture where the League of Ireland is in comparison to international football. So, but again, I think there's a lot of coaches and managers in the league. If Damien Duff got offered the job and was willing to take it, I don't think that's a bad appointment either. So that would be going straight from the League of Ireland to senior international. But I think that also comes down to Damien's playing career. I think that has to come into factor, and there's not many in the country that's had a better career than Damien Duff. So unless you have sort of the extra background to it like that, I think it'd be very hard for anyone in short term to do that.
Just back on to Friday, is it just in general, how often did you maybe look at the league table and kind of assess things as well from that point of view? Because obviously if you're looking at it now, you're playing Stephen's bottom and you're currently top.
Yeah, I think if you look at both divisions, I think there's been a lot of points dropped. I think we're the only team in the country that's got more than 2 points per game. I think that's right, which is quite strange. After half a season, you'd normally have maybe one or two at least from each division that would have more than 2 points per game. So you can see that there's been a lot of points dropped in both divisions, and it's trying to stay consistent. And we haven't won now in 3, so we've got to get back to winning ways. And Friday night gives us that opportunity at home in front of our own fans, and it's going to be a challenge against Longford because, as I said, they've improved from the last time we've played them. And again, that's why we're working hard this week now to focus on Friday.
Yeah, because looking at the table again, like say you've drawn the same amount of games as Longford, so does it maybe show that maybe they're not as bad as some people think, or you can look at it maybe that's why maybe you should maybe won maybe a few more games? Yeah,
I think the game on Friday I think is Monday against UCD, it's a game we shouldn't have drawn. There's a few other games this season, there probably games we felt that we drew the games and we shouldn't have drawn them either. But that's the nature of it. So Longford are a good team. They're a lot of good young players, as I've said, and I think since Wayne's gone in there and taken over, I know how Wayne works and how good he is, and the confidence that he has in the young players as well, and I think you're seeing that now with the results that they're getting.
Just the injury update, how we're looking spot-wise, any?
I thought there's going to be no change for Friday in regards to injuries. The lads that missed Monday will still miss Friday, and Malik's obviously back again now. John O'Donovan's back training. We had Matty Kiernan back as well from a leg break at the first day of the season. So yeah, listen, we're getting closer, and then when we get Cahill, Jaden and Niall, that'll be the full quota then back fit, but there'll probably be a few more weeks yet.